What's up, y'all? Hey, doing a weekly update. Again, I'm driving completely unsafe. I know that. And I don't give a shit. So anyway, weekly update. I hired a swim coach. Sent some videos in. My form is terrible. I knew that. But started drills. I realized something pretty quick, and he picked it up. And I think I kind of knew it, but it's already made a huge difference. When you're swimming, you keep your head level, but there's a slight twist in the hips. Long story short, I don't do it to the right side as well. So my right arm doesn't come as much out of the water, have a lot of drag. My left side, everything's way faster, and then right side's almost like just a wall, right? So I'm not very hydrodynamic on my right side, which in turn makes it almost impossible for me to breathe out my right side. So worked on that this week. My right bicep, my right arm, my right tricep are killing me from the drills I've been doing. However, I'm becoming much better at breathing on my right side. So over time, man, just strengthening my right side is going to make my whole entire swim stroke, more hydrodynamic, more efficient. And it's gonna give me a lot more confidence, because that's the side I need to side on at Ironman Cozumel. So I'm excited by this. I just took my first Ftp test and max heart rate test. What that is, it's basically your functional threshold. It's how much what wattage you can hold over a 30-minute period. Or 20-minute period. I ordered new power pedals, the Garmin Vextor power pedals, got them installed on my bike. So now I have a more representative data of what I'm able to do over, when I'm riding. So before, I was training pure heart rate, and any kind of power data I had was just the calculations that Garmin or Wahoo Kicker use when riding. But now it actually measures it out the pedal, gives me more data, tells me more about my stroke on the left and the right, and will better prepare me to set up my training program based on actual power data. Now, if you're not into cycling, that doesn't make a whole lot of fucking sense. But I also did a max heart rate test, which will allow me to set up my powers or my heart rate zones in training as well. I was surprised to find out that my max heart rate was actually 185. At 45 years old, I think that's pretty high or pretty good. So was glad to see that. So what that means is I do a lot of zone 2 training. It means basically my zone 2 rates are higher than I anticipated. So I'm able to get my heart rate up a little bit higher and still be in zone 2, which is the ideal training spot for longer endurance. I wasn't completely impressed with my FTP test. I thought I was a stronger cyclist from an FTP standpoint. Now, with that being said, I had no fucking idea what to expect, and I went out balls out. Hell, I warmed up hard, right? So I'm going to take another one of those in a couple of weeks now that I know what it entails. I tailed off at the end, but I'm going to do it a couple. I'm going to do it a couple before I settle down and say, hey, this is my FTP. And FTP, basically, your heart rate is affected by a whole lot of different things. FTP and power, that talks about effort. It's basically wattage and work, how much effort you're putting in, regardless of your heart rate. So, some days, you could be lack of sleep or stimulants or whatever, stress, and your heart rate could be elevated. The wattage you put forth through your legs is absolute. So, it'll give me a more specific training target. And I'm not going to completely ignore heart rate. I did order the Garmin Dynamics pod that measures a lot of your running stuff as well. So haven't gotten that yet. But I'm excited to see the data. I want to see my left basically stride versus my right stride, how much time each foot spends on the ground. Again, I'm I'm kind of a nerd. Yeah, I used to be a computer programmer. I think a lot of y'all did not know that or forgotten it because owning a gym and then selling houses, you forget that I used to be a computer guy. But I don't want to get obsessed with this data. It's just a tool to use to make me just a better athlete. Again, I still believe in just hard work, going out grinding. I think in the Steve Prefontaine mindset that ultimately, motherfucker, I'm just going to go out there and bang it out. Now, with that being said, I completely muscled through my first Ironman. Now I want to be, a little more efficient, a little more graceful. I want to look like a racer. Today, I'm sitting right at somewhere, right about 199, 200 pounds. Motherfucker, I'm hard as a rock, though. I mean, it's totally different. Last time, if you go back and watch my old videos, I look got in the face. Man, now I've got definition. I'm holding a little bit of a belly. A little bit. I'll post a shirtless pic at some point soon. I don't give a fuck, right? I'm a swimmer. But the weightlifting and some of the other things I did, in prep actually paid off. The month of January was kind of a wash, but I've traditionally done that in my life. I don't like, there was a whole different reason this time. But I don't like going to gyms in January because I don't like the swarms of just crazy ass people in there. I mean, God bless them. So I kind of took a little bit of time down. That was also coming off my COVID quarantine, and I may have been depressed a little bit that I was dealing with that and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, everything's going well. Again, working on that swim stroke, getting it perfect. I'm excited by the progress that I will make just by being able to breathe on my right side and getting my right side as efficient as my left side. The bike, I've got data now, but I'm, comparatively speaking, hey, you're talking about somebody that did a sub 6 hour bike ride in their first Ironman. So I've obviously got some talent there. And then the run, I'm going to have some more measurable data. I know my run stroke is my run stride is terrible. I know that. I'm going to work on that. I have not eliminated the idea of hiring a run coach. So I do want to become a better, purer runner. Again, sub 12 hours is my goal in Cozumel. So we'll see. I'm still over 7 months out. I think I can go a bit under 12 hours now, looking what I know, where I'm at compared to where I started at last time. So this time, the first time, again, survive this time, motherfucker, I'm racing, okay? And putting in the work, putting in the hours already. My Garmin's already telling me, man, hey, back off a little bit, back off. I did take a slight rest day yesterday where I only did a light spin on the bike. But, man, I'm putting the miles down again, and it feels good, and I'm excited. I'm going to have a good weekend of training, although here in Texas it is rainy and wet. I will get in the pool. I am going to be lifting. Yoga coming up. Yoga has been a game changer for me. My hips, man, my hamstrings, my hips, my back, everything is just starting to open up. And everything I do, whether it's swim, whether it's riding, whether it's running, I feel looser. I feel like I'm not fighting these movements that otherwise should be natural. But man, I've dealt with a lot of shit over the years, man. I mean, I've serious back injuries, serious knee injuries. I mean, the powerlifting, the shoulder injuries. I mean, so I knew it was going to take months for me to start releasing and getting better. But I'm already starting to feel the difference there. Next week I am going to get a massage and a chiropractic adjustment every other week. It's got to be done. I did not do it this week, so I feel good. But as my old chiropractor, Dr. Greg, used to say, pain's the last thing you feel. Mindset, all-time high. I feel amazing. I'm a fairly positive person. I'm excitable. Some people don't like that passion, whatever, Hey, I'll just be around more people more that do. But this one's all me. I mean, this is my race. I'm not around as many people. I'm not doing this race with anyone, so I'm not around as many people. I haven't gotten my bike group together yet that I rode with last time. We'll see. I mean, I may or may not. I'm focused specifically this time. I mean, again, that was my world that time in 2019. Finishing Ironman, becoming an Ironman, that was my entire focus, and entire world. This time's a little different. I'm already an Ironman. I'm already in a semblance of shape. I know what to expect when I get on the water. I know what 112-mile bike ride's like. I know what it's like to run a marathon. Hell, I've gone way far past that in the last 18 months. So we'll see. I'm not afraid anymore. I'm excited. And don't get me wrong, I'm not underestimating it. A fucking Ironman's an Ironman. You can blow up quick, and your day could end in the first 2 hours of it. Hell, there's people don't get out of the water. Plenty of people don't get out of the water. So I'm not disrespecting it. I'm excited. I'm pumped up. I'm going to get some good training in. I've got a good surprise for about 9 days out from right now. Not going to share it yet, but you'll see. There'll be videos. And the way I'm going to simulate where I'm at in that environment, swimming in Mexico. So stay tuned. I may have rambled this time. I'm fired up after my Ftp test. That was a fucking effort. It was all get out. It was all out, balls to the wall. So had Lance Armstrong up on one of the TVs and watched the Lance documentary. Anyway, peace out. Have a great weekend and train hard.